What is up, YouTube family? Welcome to On-Chain Gaming. My name is Jake, the On-Chain Gamer, and today we're talking about Ember Sword because I think Ember Sword is a very interesting and compelling addition to the blockchain-enabled massive multiplayer role-playing game space. And the reason why it's a really interesting addition is because this developer team believes in blockchain-enabled real player ownership and real play-to-earn crypto capabilities, but then also believes in no pay-to-win aspects of the game. And so far, this has been one of the biggest hard points right now for blockchain gaming is the fact that when you're creating NFTs, when you're selling NFTs, and you expect these NFTs to have real value, like making something unique is cool, but it's much cooler if that unique thing has a ton of real value. Most blockchain-enabled games so far have been a little bit pay to win, and I think that might be okay in some aspects, but the Ember Sword team is like, no pay to win, but yes, still blockchain. So I am really excited to see how this game turns out. I think it could be super incredible if they can pull it off really well. So without further ado, let's get into the video. On-Chain Gaming. So let's describe in a little bit more detail exactly what Ember Sword is. Ember Sword is self-described as a free-to-play, cross-platform, player-centric, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. And one little addition I'll throw into this as well is that it's also going to be browser-based, meaning this game is going to be playable straight from Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer even, whatever browsers, Brave, whatever you're using, which gives me a ton of RuneScape vibes, as well as their leveling each of your different attributes up to 100, and some of the love letter to an MMO, which this team wrote, just gives me a ton of RuneScape vibes. Let me actually read you this love letter that they wrote because it will actually give you a good idea what this development team is really trying to achieve here with Ember Sword. We create meaningful and rewarding end-game content. We put the community in control of large parts of the game world, and we secure secondary trading of cosmetic items while actively fighting against play to win. So let's move on from this massive overarching overlook of this game into some more actual mechanics. How is this game specifically going to work? The Ember Sword map is going to be split into 4 different regions, and each of these 4 regions is going to be split into 3 different sections. Each region is split into kingship, wilderness, and outlaw territories, each of which offer unique gameplay objectives, from camp control to PvP to epic open world boss fights. So just a little bit about each of these regions, and remember, each of these 4 regions are going to have each of the 3 different types in their region. The first region is Solarwood, which is an expansive forest of beautiful trees. And each of these regions, by the way, is going to have their own unique resources, which they are very plentiful in, and other regions don't have the same type of resources, but might be plentiful in other sorts of resources. And then that is going to open up this whole caravan merchant role of people trying to bring resources from one of the lands into another land, but you have to go through these outlaw lands, which means you're going to be able to have to survive with whatever resources you're bringing from one region to another region. So I think there's a lot of very interesting gameplay that could exist here. Another region is called Duscaron, which is kind of self-explanatory. It's going to be kind of dusty, a dry land, a harsh bastion of scavengers and traders. The third region is called Adesio, I believe. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's going to be this massive Arctic wasteland landscape. I'm not sure what resources will be there, but there definitely will be resources in each of these lands that the other lands just don't have access to. The fourth and final region is going to be called Severand, which seems like the scariest of all of the lands by far. Severand is a land checkered with many shades of death. So yeah, that one doesn't quite seem as pleasant as some of the others might be. But yeah, the fact that each of these different lands is going to be having different resources, but then you're probably going to be having to go through wastelands to get from one land to another land creates this very interesting caravan trading merchant role, which let me read the description for you from the website. Each region in Ember Sword is full of rare resources. Gather those unique to your home region and launch a caravan across the dangerous outlaw territories into foreign lands to sell your goods to other players for a pretty penny. So it seems like this might be a really rewarding way to play to earn this game, and I think it might be really fun trying to bring a caravan across outlaw lands, especially because some of these areas are also going to have player versus player combat. So you might have players that are just trying to take out these caravans in order to steal the resources. That means really successful caravans that have very valuable resources might even want to hire guards and stuff to ensure that they can reach their destination. So then the last aspect of this game that I really want to dive into, I think, to give an overview of this game, its justice, is that this world is going to be ruled by the players of the world. And I know I mentioned that, but let's go a little bit deeper. So you're going to be able to fight over control of outlaw camps for, quote, epic rewards. That's what the game developers say. So in some of these areas, probably not kingship, but maybe wilderness, there's going to be these camps of monsters and resources that players can fight with each other to gain control of. And if you own control of part of the land, it's going to be producing these resources for you, probably a crypto resource. So that sounds really, really interesting. And I could totally see guilds forming to try to control vast areas of land in Ember Sword, because these vast areas of land are generating a ton of crypto rewards. But then you can also just become a landowner by buying land in not these wildland areas, but probably in the kingship areas, which means that all of these parts of the world that aren't wilderness, that aren't wildlands, are actually going to be owned by players. And because there's crafting and item creation, and this team seems to be strongly against pay to win, all of this work is going to be creating real value for players that you can only grind for. But then all of the NFT side of it, which we haven't even really talked about, is going to be cosmetic. This game is trying to say that things can be valuable not by giving advantages to the actual players, but by being pretty, by making you look epic or completely awesome. People are going to be willing to pay for that as well. I think Ember Sword is probably right about that. I'm personally someone who spent thousands of dollars on skins in League of Legends. And if I can buy cosmetics in a game that I love playing, but that I actually own and can then sell to other people because these cosmetics are NFTs, and then I can earn these NFT cosmetic rewards in player versus environment and player versus player battles, and then wear them or sell them, like, this sounds really rewarding. And it totally makes sense that you can make a game that's not pay to win, but that still produces real play to earn value for its players. So I really hope that Ember Sword succeeds in their mission. I'm really excited about this game, and I hope that this overview makes you excited about it as well. And if you are, remember to leave a big thumbs up on this video, because that will tell the YouTube algorithm that this video is interesting and good, and it will promote it to more people because the algorithm loves engagement, and that will actually help grow my channel, and then also will help grow Ember Sword as well. So definitely leave a big thumbs up. And then this channel, by the way, if you're new, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, is completely dedicated to blockchain gaming content. So if play to earn crypto gaming is something that you're excited about, I am super hyped about it, then make sure to hit subscribe and click that notification bell, and you will be notified when I post new play to earn crypto content. So until next time, guys, have fun roaming the metaverse.